Hey all, it's me, Reagan W.H. McCauley, and I am back live on Facebook for the launch week of my latest picture book, Dog Band, as you know. So, as I've been saying every time, we had a really fun launch party on Tuesday night with award-winning voice actor Scott McCord from Paw Patrol and Just in Time and Total Drama Island, reading Dog Band, and Megan, the publisher, spoke as well as did I almost said music teacher, although he was a music teacher in the past, musician and teacher Darcy Windover also played some music for us and showed us some samples of different styles of music as well. So do check that out. I'll leave a link for the replay in the comments. Yes, so if you missed that, you'll want to check it out. It was a lot of fun, and those of you with kids will especially want to show the reading to your children. Yeah, Scott did a great job. Anyway, as you already know, probably, if you've been watching these before, or if you've been viewing any of the Dog Band posts, really, Dog Band is about four dogs: Alfie, Tubby, Ollie, and Raxel. Alfie is the lead singer and guitar player, Tubby plays bass, Ollie plays drums, and Raxel is a backup singer and can play multiple instruments as well. But there's a problem: they don't know what kind of music Dog Band should play. So they enlist their assortment of animal friends, pet friends, from dogs to frogs, to help them figure it out. And that's what the book is all about. But today, I wanted to talk about Ollie. In past days, I've talked about Alfie, Raxel, and Tubby, and this is the final dog character from Dog Band. As far as the lead characters go, there are other dog characters to check out, don't worry about that, but Ollie is their percussionist extraordinaire, which means he plays the drums and other percussion type instruments. He was a coton de Tulier, and I know that if you're looking at pictures of him, he looks like a Shih Tzu, but yeah, that's trust me, he's a coton de Tulier. And I used to walk him, sometimes with Raxel, and sometimes not. Often not, in fact. I walked him quite a lot for my neighbor in the building. And he was also a canine massage therapy client of mine. Actually, Alfie was too, and Tubby quite a lot as well. And of course, Raxel gets massage therapy because she's my dogger. And but Ollie was a client as well, and actually for many years. He lived in the same building as I mentioned with a neighbor, and was one of the most chill dogs I have ever met. He is super laid back. And he was also a model for Corey Canine Massage sometimes. That's my canine and feline massage therapy business. He's actually, if you become a client, you will get home care instructions, and there are sample pictures of the massage strokes that you can do at home, and Ollie is the dog in the pictures. Raxel sometimes helped me out with that too, and they both were students along with myself in my All Fit dog e-course when I was doing that learning a few years back. So thank you, Fern, for allowing me to work with Ollie so much, and for letting him be a part of my life, and I got to know him so well. So that's Ollie. And a coton de Tulier, according to the American Kennel Club, is the royal dog of Madagascar. Bright, happy-go-lucky companion dog, whose favorite activities include clowning, cavorting, and following their special human around the house. They are small but robustly sturdy. Now, Ollie really wasn't like that. He was, he could be from time to time, but generally he was super laid back, so unusual for a coton de Tulier. Um, anyway, the American Kennel Club goes on to say that the Coton de Tulier is a small, intensely charming dog, standing between 9 and 11 inches high and weighing anywhere from 8 to 13 pounds. Cotons are known for a profuse white coat that is as soft as cotton, hence the French coton in their name. Their primary job is to provide amusement, comfort, and companionship. The bond between cotons and their people is so tight that owners discuss it in human terms. They describe them as witty companions, sometimes at times boisterous, but never demanding, and naturally clownish and lighthearted. And again, Ollie could have his moments, but he was a little bit of a different kind of coton de Tuileries, but certainly a cool guy. Now, I just wanted to talk about percussion instruments for a sec, which is what Ollie played. It's a musical instrument, obviously, that is sounded by being struck or scraped by a beater of some sort, including attached and or enclosed beaters or rattles. Struck, scraped, rubbed by hand, or struck against a similar instrument. The group actually includes zoomusicological instruments and the human voice. The percussion family is believed to include the oldest music instruments. The percussion section, excuse me, the percussion section of an orchestra most commonly contains instruments like the timpani, the snare drum, bass drum, cymbals, triangle, and tambourine. However, that section can also contain non-percussive instruments like whistle, sirens, and like a blown conch shell, I guess. Percussive techniques can be applied to the human body itself in body percussion. I'm sure you can find some interesting demonstrations of that on YouTube. On the other hand, keyboard instruments such as the celesta are not normally part of the percussion section, but keyboard percussion instruments such as the glockenspiel and the xylophone are included. So even though they are musical rather than just struck beat type instruments, they are included in the percussion section. Percussion instruments, that is, are most commonly divided into two classes. Pitched percussion instruments, which produce notes of an identifiable pitch, like a xylophone, and unpitched percussion, which produces sounds or notes that are indefinite in pitch. And now I wanted to talk to you about a couple of styles of music that are represented in dog band, including swing music. I associate it a bit with Ollie, even though he's percussion, and there's plenty of percussion in swing. But you'll notice on the last page of dog band, or the second to last page or so, he is wearing a zoot suit. So I just wanted to talk to you today about swing music. It's a form of jazz that developed in the United States in the 1930s and 40s. And the name came from the emphasis on the offbeat or the weaker pulse. Swing bands usually featured soloists who would improvise on the melody over the arrangement, and the danceable swing style of big bands and band leaders such as Benny Goodman was the dominant form of American popular music between 1935 and 1946, which was known as the swing era. The verb to swing is also used as a term of praise for playing that has a strong groove or drive. So, this music really swings. And swing has its roots in 1920s dance music ensembles, which began using new styles of written arrangements, incorporating rhythmic innovations pioneered by Louis Armstrong and Coleman Hawkins, Benny Carter, and a bunch of other jazzmen. Swing blended with other genres to create new musical styles as well. There's a lot of examples of that. I'm not going to get into it. I want to have a couple minutes here to talk to you about another musical style that is in dog band, that is hip-hop music, also known as rap music. It's a genre of popular music developed in the United States by inner-city African Americans and Latino Americans in the Bronx borough of New York City in the 1970s or so. And it consists of stylized rhythmic music that commonly accompanies rapping, which is a rhythmic and rhyming speech that is chanted. It developed as a part of hip-hop culture, which is a subculture defined by apparently 4 stylistic elements: MCing and / rapping, DJing / scratching, and scratching is mentioned in dog band, by the way, and breakdancing and graffiti writing. Okay, and yeah, that's just me touching very slightly on swing and hip hop for you from my notes. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me today and watching the replay. Let me know if you have any questions or comments about Dog Band and or the music and or the characters in it in the comments. And I will be back one more time live this first launch week of Dog Band tomorrow. I will actually be going live a little earlier, 11-ish or so tomorrow, as I have another meeting at noon. So you will see me, in the late morning talking about two new members of Dog Band who are in fact not dogs. They are cats, and they are cats, were cats of mine, Sookie and Mr. Frodo. I will talk about them as well as some older styles or more old-fashioned styles of music, perhaps, but also musical theater, not so old-fashioned. And yeah, I will obviously talk about Mr. Frodo and Sookie. And I will also leave a link below to the Launch Band replay and also where you can get your copy of Dog Band directly from me if you're in North America. And that way I can sign it for you. Thanks so much, and I will see you tomorrow.